Finally today, unmanned aerial vehicles, better known as drones, are being utilized by many ag producers in many aspects of production. At this year's Triumph of Ag Expo in Omaha, we caught up with owner and operator of Volitant drone technology, Kevin Knorr, to get a better understanding of some of the benefits associated with the use of drones for spraying crops. Market Journal's Mike Straub has this story.
It's about that time of year again to start thinking about spraying the fields. Using drones to help with the process might just be the new efficient way to tackle the job.
Yeah, so today we're featuring the DJI T30. You should be able to see that right over my shoulder there. It's what we call the flagship of agricultural spray drones, and basically comes with a 30-liter capacity and the ability to cover 30 to 40 acres an hour depending on your efficiencies. So we've been really happy with the results so far. Looking forward to putting it in use this season.
Drones are a great tool to use while avoiding bad field conditions, as well as preventing field damage while using heavy equipment. They are also starting to exceed expectations of fixed-wing aircrafts.
Obviously, the tractor, you're running across the field, there's compaction and, different field conditions may inhibit your ability to get in the field. Maybe it's too muddy. And then one of the other areas that we kind of compete with or maybe emphasize, our work with is the whole idea of fixed-wing aircraft and helicopters and that. And so, they have their niche, which is large fields and lots of acres in a day's time. We're starting to be able to compete with the number of acres, and especially when you can start to swarm the drones. In other words, one pilot controlling more than one drone. You take that 30 or 40 acres and double and triple that, you can really accomplish a large number of acres. But the biggest probably feature that we can depend on is the ability to fly on a grid. So the drone maps out the field, or the controller maps out the field. We send it off to go do its thing. It flies on a grid. We get edge-to-edge coverage of the field. We get greater accuracy and precision with the actual spray itself.
One concern with using this technology is wind. However, drones can withstand higher winds than one might think. Generally, you won't be spraying in winds more than 8 to 12 miles per hour, regardless of the tool being used for the job.
Yeah, if they're rated at 18-mile-an-hour winds, and typically they can run in a heck of a lot more windier conditions than that. But realistically, who's going to spray at that wind? You've got drift to deal with, so you're going to be, spraying in that 8 to 12-mile-an-hour winds is typically where you'd want to be up and doing a good job with your aircraft.
The process of becoming either a commercial or private drone pilot are the same. But because any federal regulation can get complicated, the best thing to do is search for assistance when getting your drone license to help navigate through some of the different rules and regulations.
The license is essentially the same. There's just a designation as a commercial or a private operator, but the process for getting it is essentially the same, and some of the requirements are all the same as well. So I would just say, that's one of the things that we, pride ourselves on, is the ability to help those, the persons that had bought a drone from us or need some help in the area to kind of negotiate those waters. Because, any federal regulation comes with a lot of, watch part A and then go to part B, and then so they become fairly complicated really quick.
Spraying your fields may become a little more efficient this year if piloting drones is in your interest. Avoiding bad field conditions, preventing damage to the field, and more thorough applications are just some of the benefits of this new technology. Reporting for Market Journal, I'm Mike Straub.